Welcome to Policing with Pride. I'm Michael Severe. Of course, this is our Get to Know Your Officer, and it is a brand new officer, Mia Pearson, who's only been on the force for a couple of weeks in terms of her swearing in. How's it been so far?
Good. It's been really good.
Yeah. So what's been the first couple of weeks? What's that like?
So I just finished my first week of FTO. I'm in my first phase. It's field training.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm riding with an officer that's been on for quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of learning the ropes of different calls and learning the city and kind of just learning how to do stuff. So,
does it feel like what they told you it would feel like in the academy?
Yes, for the most part. A lot of, in academy, they train us for, the worst of the worst, which
Mm-hmm.
is great because you need to be prepared for that day if it comes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the real world, it's, kind of everything's more just mellowed out. It's not as, intense because
Mm-hmm.
we have to get through so much in the 20 weeks of academy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they throw you in stuff. So
Yeah.
That's been really nice. A lot of the scenarios and stuff we dealt with in academy, I've faced in the real world. So that's been nice. Just kind of having a heads up and kind of knowing, hey, I know what to do here. So that's been good.
I want to get back to the academy. Why don't we go back to when did you first think that policing was for you?
So I really geared towards law enforcement in my senior year of high school. We have family friends that are in law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
And the job has just always intrigued me. At first, I was leaning towards medical school, and then I was, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So I went to college at Metro to get my associate's degree, and I was in the criminal justice program there. And like my first semester there, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. So I just really enjoyed the variety that we learned and everything that entails with the job. So
Yeah. What did your family think? What did your friends think when you told them you were going to be a cop?
my parents were super proud. They definitely, they could see me doing this just kind of with my attitude and my friendliness and stuff. So they definitely they weren't shocked. My mom was a little nervous. At first I was kind of going towards Omaha, and she was like, just the mom worries.
Sure.
So she was super pumped when I chose Papillion because I grew up around here. So she knows that the community is very supports their police, and so that kind of put her mind at ease. But yep. So my friends, they think it's pretty cool. They're always the typical, get out of jail free card. I'm like, but yeah. So it's been nice. I have a big support system. So.
It's a real competitive process to even get on.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like going through that, and when you found out that you've been selected?
And it's kind of funny. I say this to people. I'm like, gosh, it took forever. And they're like, yours took like 6 months. You should be happy, because sometimes it takes longer. But it definitely was a very nerve-wracking 6 months. From the original test, I mean, your nerves are already shaken with just the first test.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just gradually go through the process, and they kind of just weed people out. It was, when I got the call, it was very exciting. I was really, really pumped that I got offered. So I'm not sure how many people applied, but I knew that there was going to be only one spot open.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind was just kind of, going back and forth. I didn't know if I was going to be chosen, but I'm really grateful I was.
You were an athlete in high school.
Yes.
Right? Softball.
Yep.
How do you think that translates, what you learned as an athlete, being a part of a team, to doing what you're going to be doing now?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, this career is all about teamwork, and I mean, you learn so many different qualities, I guess, with playing, especially a varsity sport, within just, facing so many challenges, the integrity and just everything with softball at Papillion La Vista. Monarch softball's up there. So It definitely was, it kind of just brought me into, I have, leadership roles and stuff. I was the captain my senior year, so that definitely just kind of my personality.
Did you guys win the championship your senior year?
We did,
okay,
yes.
I thought so, right?
Yep, in 2018. So that was super cool. But no, I think just playing that sport just kind of showed me, the challenges and working as a team and communicating. Communication is huge, and I know that that's huge in this career field. So
Let's go back to the academy. How many other women were in the class with you?
There was 5 of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you have kind of, was it a special camaraderie between you guys?
Yeah, we definitely, us girls got really close. At first, like the first couple days, I feel like we were just kind of,
Yeah.
timid around each other. And then seriously, that first week, we all just clicked. It was really nice just knowing that, because I didn't know what to expect first, going in. Like, is there going to be other females?
Okay.
And then when I found out that there was 5 of us, it was, like, okay, I kind of, have the girls. So we definitely bonded throughout academy, and I grew friendships that I'll probably have forever. So that was super cool.
What was the toughest part of academy for you in terms of either the training or the day shift or whatever else? What was the toughest part?
I think the toughest part of academy for me was just kind of getting in the routine of just, every day was different. And I guess just kind of learning the way you deal with things. I'm a person that wants to solve every problem. And you learn in academy, like if there's not a problem to solve, it's not your problem. So, I would go into scenarios and I would want to solve the problem. And there was nothing there. It was just, for example, like a check well-being. I want to go and I want to help those people and I want to get a solution and I want to see that solution. Well, that's not ideal in this job. We do our due diligence to see, check on the person, make sure everything's okay, and then we'd be on our way if we're on our way if nothing, needs to be handled. So that was definitely hard. But I just think just the mentally and the physically challenging part of it was just kind of like straining. But I got through it. So so.
I was lucky enough to be embedded in the Omaha Police Academy. 16 weeks, going through with all of them, each one trying to find out what the hard part was and trying to videotape it. For me, I thought dealing with kids, when you guys have to do that, and then domestics are the hardest. Did you find that those were 2 of the more challenging ones to learn about?
We did have a few. We had one really big DV scenario, and that's something that we see quite often.
For sure.
So it's definitely, I like that they throw that in there to kind of get your feet wet. And it was hard to deal with, especially being a female. I feel like, you kind of go into those situations and they look down on you because, you're smaller or whatever else. And it's just such a heightened mood at that point. So it was just, I guess, an eye opener to see kind of really how, going into something like that works. The kid scenarios we didn't have a ton of, but definitely learning like the classroom portion was hard to see the pictures and the videos and kind of just seeing actually what happens in the real world. So that was difficult. Anything with kids is kind of like touching.
Sure.
So that was definitely hard. But yeah, I think those very touchy subjects are, it's sad because it happens every day. So it's good that we learn different ways to, cope with that stuff. But
You mentioned being a female officer, you're smaller. Not that there's male officers that are your size, but you ever think about how you deal with that in terms of you're obviously going to have times where you're going to be facing somebody or dealing with somebody who's bigger than you. You've been trained. How do you kind of rationalize that kind of stuff in your head?
So I mean, I was always told, and if you go in with confidence and you show that you're in control of the situation, and you immediately take control, that's going to help not 100% of the time, but a lot of percent of the time. But I think too, just learning how to talk to people. I mean, your mouth is what's going to get you out of a lot of situations rather than having to use physical force. So, and that's something that a quality I would like to say that I have. I can talk to really anybody, and I feel like that's definitely a great de-escalation tool for many, for many calls. So stuff like that, if I do have a bigger person or whatever, it's just kind of going in like I'm not going to let my guard down, but I'm going to, try to keep the situation as calm as it can be with just kind of talking to them and getting, the story of what's going on. So
it's never easy for rookie officers. You're going to make some mistakes. You were a little late one day?
I was. Yes. My third day. Yeah. I rolled in 15 minutes late. It was definitely, yeah, I was like, I'm so sorry. But yeah, definitely. And, I was told, it's stuff happens and you just have to move on, and it's hard. That's like my personality. It's hard to just move on from it. It's like,
Sure.
I'm definitely someone that's gonna work to do better though the next time. So
Have you found out who's actually in charge of the building yet? Of who's in charge of everything yet?
right, I think Kim's holds it down for us. So
From
yeah,
what I understand, everyone says that it would not run well without Kim.
right. No, it definitely would not.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Last thing I always ask, policing with pride is the motto. It's also the name of this segment. What does it mean to you so far, policing with pride?
I think policing with pride just means just going out and serving your community, and just doing it with, a passion. So getting out and talking to people and just kind of showing that we're here to serve and protect the community. So that's what we're here for. And just really connecting with people, I think, is huge. I know community policing is something that we really strive for. And that's something that I love, just stopping at a lemonade stand or stopping at a baseball game. I think that's huge, and you build those relationships and bonds with people. I'm a sucker for dealing with the younger generation just because they're the future. So getting them to have a good outlook on police is definitely something that I really have passion for. And being younger, I think I can kind of let, being a young person, trying to talk to them as, the same generation just kind of has a positive impact on them.
You think that helped you when, I don't know if you had I'm assuming you had SRO at your school, and police coming in and speak. Do you think that helped you with your relationship with the police department?
Oh, for sure. It's kind of funny. Both of my SROs, I actually work with them now. So when I rode around with Officer Giles, he told me, he said, I know exactly why you picked law enforcement. And I said, oh yeah, why is that? And he said, because you had the best SRO. And so, but yeah, no, it's definitely, I think SROs are huge, just having that, that bond with kids, and they know just because, if they're having a rough home life or whatever, they have someone to be able to talk to at school. And then just having that presence kind of just deters a lot of, kids want to do teenage things.
Sure.
And they don't realize the consequences at that point. So I think just having somebody that is going to build that relationship with them and not, just be so hard on them definitely would help, just have a better outlook on law enforcement and with the community. So
cool. Mia, we really appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
On everything so far, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.